Hello, my K-drama loving Chingu. Hope you're doing well, and welcome back to my monthly K-drama recap podcast, where I chat about the K-dramas I've finished, the ones I'm currently watching, and the upcoming ones I'm really looking forward to. If you're new here, my name is Jenny, and I've been a K-drama fan for over 10 years. I started in the Korean variety world, specifically Running Man, and then eventually discovered Dramaland and have never looked back. I've now watched over 300 dramas, and I use this space to go deeper into my thoughts, reactions, and just all the drama chaos we cannot get into on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, I stream most weekends, currently on Saturdays, 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time, where we watch K-dramas live and chat in real time. Love for you to join. Right now we're watching our Unwritten Seoul, which has been heart-wrenching, but also such a good K-drama. I'm absolutely loving it, and we'll be talking about that in this podcast. And a quick shout out to my patrons, stans. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and helping grow such a fun and insightful K-drama community. Y'all's thoughts and opinions on the Patreon are just blow me away every time. I love the interactions we have there, so let's keep it up. And if you're not already on there, you can follow for free and get early access to these podcast episodes, as well as any other YouTube or social media content. Plus, I'm also sharing random thoughts and updates on my TikTok and Instagram, so you can keep up with me between episodes there. And one last thing before we dive in, during each episode, I also give my final star rating on the K-dramas that I've completed, which I update over on mydramalist.com. I'm not sponsored or anything by them. It's just the platform I use to track all the K-dramas I've watched. And if you're curious to see how I rate things or want to track your own, feel free to check that out. All right, June is over. We are in July, so let's talk about the K-dramas I watched last month. And let's get into it. So the first drama we're going to talk about that we completed last month was Dear Hongrang. Hongrang. I believe that's correct. This was a historical mystery romance melodrama, definitely one that was recommended to me by folks in the chat, and also has some actors that I'm very intrigued by. It had Lee Jae-wook, Jo Bo-hwa, Jung Ga-ram, and Ji-won, and many others that were in this one. I did not know what to expect from it, period. I kind of knew it was going to be a little crazy because it was a melodrama. Did not realize how crazy it was going to be. Definitely a lot of plot holes, but yeah. So the synopsis of this K-drama is, in the late Joseon dynasty, a family rises to wealth through the art trade. However, a mysterious event unfolds when the son, Hongrang, returns after a decade-long disappearance with no memory of his childhood. His half-sister, Jae, who has been close to him since childhood, now seeks the truth behind his sudden disappearance. Jae, intelligent and beautiful, but with a troubled personality, lives with an abusive stepmother and neglectful father. She has relied on Hongrang, but her life took a difficult turn after his disappearance. Hongrang, who had grown up in luxury, returns to find his true identity, which is a mystery to all. Okay, so first and foremost, because it's like guys coming back pretending to be her brother, ick number one. That was just an ick for me, especially when it was very obvious that he was like, falling in love with her, because who wouldn't? I think that Jo Bo-hwa was beautiful in this one. She did a really great job of, frankly, acting very strong, but also weak at the same time, because it was like, how many people were freaking aiming for her every 5 freaking seconds in this K-drama? Like, she was near death, like, almost every episode. And it definitely like came on strong. Like, again, I did not know what to expect from this K-drama, but like in the first episode, you basically witness some folks get fingers cut off for lying. Like, these people mean business, and it's a lot darker of a K-drama than I was expecting. Even though it was a melodrama, I still was like, what's going on? We also had a guest, I guess he was a guest appearance, but we had Kim Jae-wook and Wonk in here. Kim Jae-wook in here. He plays the villain, you could say, in this K-drama. But there was just a lot of, I'd say, plot holes in this. The romance between the two main leads, it's strong, very good. I knew the minute that Lee Jae-wook's character came onto the screen, I'm like, this is a melodrama, and I feel like he has done some, I don't know, he's got serial killer eyes to me. I'm so sorry, Lee Jae-wook. His eyes makes me think he's just not a good person, which kind of played well for this character, except, because it's like, I think one of his nickname, I don't know. I don't remember what his nickname was in the K-drama, but it was like she was looking for this shadow type character, which is actually him. But yeah, guys murdering people left and right. Like, the swordsmanship is incredible in this K-drama. Like, the action scenes are pretty crazy. But yeah, just so many gaps. Like, what the hell happened? Also, it's only 11 episodes. So it's like, if we had actually 12 episodes, I feel like we could have maybe had some better explanations to things. Like, it was a weird mix of like Joseon Dynasty lore, like the whole mystery behind the brother's disappearance and other children disappearing, because that's a whole thing with our boy's backstory, Lee Jae-wook's backstory. It's insane. He has like a tattoo of I would say a very vulgar piece of art on his back that happened to him as a child, and that's sort of become his revenge tale. And yeah, the villain, played by Kim Jae-wook, it's like a cop drama where you go to interview the suspects, and the first one is just deny, and they're like, yeah, it's not him. And immediately when they said that in this drama about Kim Jae-wook's character at the start of this all, and they're like, oh yeah, it can't be him. This can't be the painter that did all this shit to me. The minute he said that, I was like, I feel like it's him. I feel like it's him, and I feel like he's coming back. And then, yeah, they brought him back, and he was just as crazy. It was just very shocking how all that went down. But yeah, it was a very sad ending to me. I cried more for Jo Bo-ah's character. I feel like poor girl just went through it. Like, she just got thrashed left and right. Like, all the people she loved just not good times happened to them. Like, she must have felt like such a cursed lady. She felt very cursed to me. But I did love her. I loved the romance. Once we fully confirmed that he was indeed not her real brother. They seemed to be hooking up when she thought he was still her brother, which that just really gave me such an ick about this K-drama. But overall, it was a good one, but it did have some gaps, like weird gaps, like things about a character that we're going to call the snowman, because they were searching for him. Literally, spoiler alert, he does not show up until the last episode, and for like 3 seconds, where he then dies. And he's like this huge mammoth of a man, just like super white and ghostly pale, and just gray everywhere. And that's why everyone thought he was a snowman. And he just did. He just dies. No explanation. We never get any backstory as to where the fuck he came from. Just nothing. Yeah, which is a mystery to all. Big mystery gaps in this K-drama. And people here have rated it like an 8.2. I'd say if we were just going for the romance and the melodrama of it all, yeah, 8.2 is pretty crazy. And I will say the cinematography, the actual art, everything was like really well done. The acting was really well done. I could have made fun of this so much harder if it weren't for these actors, because it was definitely a whirlwind crazy thing. And then the gaps, and also why only 11 episodes? The brother vibes gave me some ick. It's like, oh, it was a different time, and I'm like, it's still not cool. And she was ready to like sacrifice herself for her. It's like, I love my brother, I'll do whatever. Just like, Jesus. Yeah, so this was on Netflix. It did air on Fridays. It aired May 16th, 2025. Each episode's about an hour long, and the content rating is 15 plus. I mean, I kind of gathered that when the fingers were chopped off in the first episode, but yeah, they really, they came in strong with what you should be expecting from this one. But overall, a good one. Would I personally rate it an 8.2? No, I'm going to actually rate it a 7 just for the gaps of like the story. So I was here for the acting, the visual. I think the OST was pretty good. I don't remember like wanting to play it on repeat, but it was good. Like it vibed well. Next up, we have 9 Puzzles. I'm pretty sure I talked about this one in my last podcast. Pretty sure I did because I was watching it then. This was also 11 episodes, a Disney Plus Hulu, and it aired on Wednesdays and was 60 minutes, 15 plus, teens or older, teens 15 or older. It was a thriller mystery crime drama. Where do I start with this one? So the synopsis goes, 10 years ago, Ina's beloved uncle, who had been like a father, mother, and best friend to her, was brutally murdered. Ina was the sole witness to the crime, but instead of being treated as a victim, she found herself under suspicion. Hansen, the lead investigator at the time, was convinced that Ina was the killer. Now, a decade later, Ina has become a criminal profiler. For the past 6 years, she's been a key member of the criminal analysis team at the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency. Known for her sharp instincts, she's often the first to uncover a killer's motive just by examining a crime scene. Fate brings Ina and Hansim back together on a new case, forced to work side by side. The tension between them simmers as old suspicions resurface, but as they dig deeper into the past, they begin to unravel the dark truth behind her uncle's murder, one that neither of them ever expected. And boy howdy, yes. I did start to suspect who the killer was when they just did not suspect this person. So for the crime thriller piece of it, the mystery, I was like, yeah, I was like biting my nails. I was very invested in this one for sure. And also the cast was great. So the cast was Kim Da-mi, Son So-koo, Kim Sung-kyung, Han Bon-shik, which I don't know why he's like on the full credit list. I mean, he was there. Kwak Cho-young was good too, as well as Cha Woo-jin. But who I want to give a real shout out to isn't even on that list. She is a little further down. Do they have her as a guest role? Because that would be terrible. Because girl was killing it, as always. Why is she not here? Is this her? I think this is her, Park Go-young. Yes, okay. I did not recognize her. So Park Eun-young plays one of her psychiatrists, basically, and things unfold involving her. I'm trying not to give too much away. Shit goes really crazy, really fast in this one. Like, once they discovered it, it just like boom, 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 boom. And the way that they ended it, they made it feel like there could possibly be a second season. I would actually be down for this, but we'll have to see, especially since I hear through the rumor mill that Son So-koo has taken, he's taking a break, a little hiatus. So who knows when that's actually going to happen, if it does. But Kim Da-mi's character, oh my gosh, I can't imagine anyone else playing this character. I think this role was meant for her. Her and Son So-koo's interaction, character dynamic, super cute. Very much like more friend vibes. There was no real romance here, I'll tell you that. And I'm fine with that. I think that the focus was the puzzle. The art of the puzzle was really cool too. The vibe of the show, the cinematography, the characters in general were fun. And yeah, I really was like, who the heck is the killer? I knew it had to be someone close to her. It always is. And yeah, how that ended was pretty brutal, I have to say. But a really good one. I think also the hard-headedness of Son So-koo and how Kim Da-mi's character really pushes his buttons are really cute. Also, her fashion was really cute. I think that, yeah, it was just a really good drama. I was really intrigued by the mystery and a really good one. I'm not a big fan of like mystery thrillers, but this one kept me intrigued for sure. Some people are giving it like an 8.5. I would definitely give it that as well. So we'll give it an 8.5 though. So I am going to give this one, I'll also give this one an 8.5. I think it's deserved of that. And we'll see if there's a season 2. We'll see. Next one. So this one I watched as a patron only K-drama reaction. This was voted on by the patrons, which that's also something you get to do with the free access. You don't have to be a subscriber to be able to vote. How about the healthy love? Let me just say I loved to hate on it, okay? I think I just went into it with a certain mindset and came out of it understanding that this is not that type of drama. Okay. So, Pump Up the Healthy Love was a 12 episode K drama. This one I watched on Viki. It aired April 30th to June 5th, was a Wednesday, Thursday, and the original network was, I guess, KBS2. Each episode was about an hour, 2 minutes, ages 15 plus. And the synopsis goes, a heart-pounding, muscle-building drama about Do Hyun Jong, the manager of a gym who has become a health freak who corrects the lives of his members. Do Hyun Jong is the manager of a 24-hour gym. He is a health-crazed man whose life is organized around health. He fights a fierce game of survival between being a self-employed businessman and a trainer in an unfriendly world. Lee Mi-ran is a travel agency planner and development manager, a character that cannot be left out of two keywords, love of food and burning love between a man and a woman. What is that synopsis? Okay, that is one of the weirdest ones I've ever read on here. But yeah, I guess you could say that. So this one is played by Lee Jun-young and Jung Eun-ji. They are the two main leads, and then we have the other gym people. So there was Lee Mi-do and Lee Sung-woo, who played Alex. And then we had some really cute supporting role gym members, and then we had some guest appearances of the characters that would come to the gym, and our director would solve their woes somehow. If you're looking for the quirkiest of quirky comedic K-dramas, this might be right up your alley. The genres here just say comedy, romance. Comedy is first, probably because it's alphabetically in order, but it is more of a comedy than a romance. And frankly, I am like with one of the guest characters where she was like, never date a health freak. Yeah, Lee Jung-young's character was crazy. I think he comedically just took it to a level that I was not expecting. He was low-key very funny, but also in this like weird robotic, like, is this gonna be him the whole show? Yes, that's him the whole show. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So when Jung Eun-ji's character starts falling in love with him, I'm just like, what's wrong with you, girl? What's wrong with you? I mean, he does do a lot for her, and it is really funny how he grows on her, and they're a cute couple. I enjoyed when they finally got together, but this was definitely a K-drama that I thought there was going to be more focus on like an end goal, but really it's more like a slice of life in the day of the gym kind of thing, more anime like, I guess, if you were going to compare it to like, you know, it was like a quirky anime but in live action form. And so because of that, you know, like Lee Jun-young's character, I feel like if he was an anime character, this 24-hour gym, it would have really worked much better. It was very much like watching a live anime, but it was like very cringe most of the time. Also, the product placements on here gave me some of the sickest icks, since obviously this is like a health show, health related drama, a lot of the food related things besides all the spicy tteokbokki, which, oh my gosh, I like almost ran out for tteokbokki so many times after watching these episodes. They had this cooked chicken breast meat that you know can buy at the convenience store, heat up in the microwave and just eat it on the go. It looks so gross. I was like, gross. Just gross. That's all I gotta say. But it had some funny moments, the chicken breast. I love a girl who loves a good meal, and Jung Eun-ji's character just really stole the show for me. I think that she was amazing. I guess she's also a member of A-Pink, which makes sense. Both of our K-drama stars are, I believe, in K-pop as well. So there's like this one very random scene early on where they just break out into a dance K-pop song about working out of nowhere. It was all in her head. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever watched. I was like, what's happening? Very much a fever dream kind of K-drama, but they really they did a good job. It was just really a little too quirky for me, especially with the tagline of what the fat, what the everything. You know, it kind of grew on me, especially when Jung Eun-ji started doing it in the other supporting cast, but it just oh, it was not my favorite K-drama. It was a little too weird. And frankly, I think I just get triggered by any workout related K-drama because frankly, in this one where Jung Eun-ji, the boyfriend at the time, the start of this whole story, makes her believe that they can't sleep together because of her body. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. That's such bullshit. Because she was beautiful then. They just put her in baggy clothes. So and then when she starts working out, she does look more fit. They just put her in tighter workout gear, you know, like, and a little shading, like the magic of just shaping with makeup. It is a real thing. So I think I just didn't like that. I was really worried that it was going to kind of set the tone for beauty standards. Because the Korean beauty standard is just impossible to attain. I'm sorry, it is. But Jung Eun-ji seems healthy. She's one of the healthier looking actors to me for sure. But yeah, to come in here and try to tell me that girl is fat and like, you know, needs to work out. Yeah, whatever. But I do like that they make it into a more health related topic. It's like it's better to be healthy, you know, build the muscle that way. So I think that they went about it was better. Also, like the supporting characters, their favorite thing to do is eat in the gym. So, you know, we had that sort of support for food there. But anyway, yeah, gym related things, workout related K-dramas just are not my favorite. This one was just like really oddball. I mean, there were some episodes that had me cackling, like just laughing so hard. So like the comedy was really truly there. It's just really not what I was expecting. Of course, I went in not really knowing what to expect, except that the actors in it I really liked. But honestly, I'm gonna rate this one pretty low because it was just like, what is going on? The story was just very, even if it was a slice of life, it was just very disjointed and just like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? So yeah, it is getting a 6.5 from me. Sorry if you liked it. Let me know what you thought of Pump Up the Healthy Love in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on it. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I know a lot of people liked it. I just was like, yeah, the romance, I just was like, I'd rather them not get together, frankly. But when they did, I was fine with it. I just was like, you like this guy? You are insane. She was a quirky girl. She was so quirky. So I actually just randomly started Tastefully Yours because I had some time to spare. I'd heard interesting things about it. It kind of has like it's not even 8, it's like a 7.8 in the My Drama list. So, it was kind of like a meh K-drama. And that's what others told me. But I was like, you know what? I just need something. And frankly, when I found out that there was a special someone that makes a guest appearance, which I saw a clip of on TikTok, I was like, well, if he's in it for like even a hot second, I'm going to watch it. And also, I do like food K-dramas. I feel like I hadn't watched a good foodie one besides Pump Up the Healthy Love, which the foodiness in that was just not enough for me, okay? Plus, we were working off all the calories. I'm like, no, we need just food, straight up food. And I think Tastefully Yours, I actually really liked this one. And so this was a comedy romance drama. This was 10 episodes. I also really liked the length. And it aired May 12th through June 10th. It was a Monday, Tuesday airing drama. I watched this one on Netflix. Tastefully Yours depicts the story of Hanbom Yu, the successor of a large food company who runs the best fine dining restaurant in Seoul, but has no interest in taste. And Mo Yoon-ju, a chef crazy about taste who runs a one-table restaurant without a sign in a remote corner of the countryside. They grow together and fall in love while running a small restaurant in the city of Merrick, Jeonju. So this stars Kang Han-nul, who's also in Squid Game. I totally forgot about him. I just started Squid Game season 3. He's in that. So I'm glad that I watched this before season 3 because I'd probably be thinking differently about his character. I'd be like, oh, I'm remembering things. Anyway, Kang Han-no, Go Min-chi, and then we have the supporting role of Kim Shin-rak, who she's crazy. I love her crazy characters. She's so funny too. She is just she's outstanding in any character she plays. And then Yoo Sung-bin and Baina Ra, who they gave him the dorkiest of glasses. I don't know why he has those glasses on. They're terrible. Don't put this boy in glasses. At least not those anyway. I think they were trying to make him look less attractive. That's my only thought. And then Hong Hwa-yeon. Now, there is the guest role, which I'm trying to find him. Yeah, we also have a guest role of Park Ji-hoon, which had a very funny, quirky moment. Where'd he go? Come back. There was a lot of guest roles. Yes, cameo. So I had a cameo of Yoo Yun-suk, and even though the character is not in the best light, I literally watched this to have him for like 3 episodes, and it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Go Min-chi's character, she plays the female chef. Absolutely adored her in this. I could see why someone would fall in love with her. Her personality type in it was just stellar. It was like she was so confident, so cool, so matter of fact, but like taste was important, so she was also bossy. I really loved her character, and I think people really dogged on the male lead in this one. I mean, you cannot compare yourself to Yoon Suk, bud. You can't. I think he did fine in this. Could I see someone else playing this role? Yeah. I think her chemistry with anyone, she's got great chemistry. Okay. I see, like, look at him. Like this just depicts everything, this poster. Absolutely. I loved the help that he provides for her with the restaurant. Like, he's just there to steal recipes. Okay. Matter of fact, spoiler alert here. He's there to steal her recipes and just fails miserably. And then like gets basically cut off by his family. He's like, well, we're running the restaurant. We're making it happen. And then it's kind of like him against his grandmother, which, this was only 10 episodes, so they really couldn't cover a lot of stuff. But there's, of course, like an evil mother who, has pitted her 2 sons against one another. It's just all about growing the brand and the food brand that she has created. So it's like, I don't care which one of you does it. It's whoever can do best and like get a 3-star rating on your restaurant, blah, blah, blah. So, I think that her introduction into his life was just what he needed. But yeah, again, it's only 10 episodes, but yeah, he turns so fast. So it's like very abrupt. So you really don't get all that. I mean, she was hurt when she found out. She definitely was hurt. I think she acted that very well. I definitely cried during those scenes, just how betrayed she emoted. Yeah, just a really cute one. I went in knowing that people were not fans of it. I was a fan of it. I think the food was good. In fact, I think there could have been better and more food shots, but the food that they did cook and show in the show were really good. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Like, it's not the best food K-drama or K-drama I've ever watched, but I would say that for a cute short one, very, very nice. Music choices were good. Cinematography was good. The comedy was really good. It had its like nice wackadoo moments. Also, was this based off of a webtoon or anything? I don't think so. No. Okay. But yeah, Tastefully Yours. Randomly watched it and randomly really enjoyed it. Okay. Up next, which literally almost forgot about it, because I wouldn't say it was like the worst drama, but it's one that in the genre that it is, it's like not my favorite. But I did complete The Haunted Palace. This was a 16-episode K-drama. It aired April 18th through June 7th. It was a Friday, Saturday. And I think that's where I come from, is this was a Friday, Saturday drama. And I feel like it just wasn't Friday, Saturday quality. This I watched on Viki, but I think it might also be on Netflix. At least that's what it says on my drama list. But the synopsis goes, Yoon Gap is a government officer who works in the palace. He has a good reputation, has a handsome appearance. One day, Yoon Gap's body becomes possessed by an Imugi creature. Soon afterwards, people start talking about him as if he has lost his mind. The Imugi who possessed Yoon Gap is related to Yu Ri, whose first love was Yoon Gap. Yu Ri is the only granddaughter of a famous shaman. She has a divine gift but refuses to accept her fate as a medium of spirit. Instead, she works as a glass craftswoman. The Imugi needs Yu Ri's body to ascend to heaven, but Yu Ri won't allow it. After Yoon Gap becomes possessed, Yu Ri enters the palace filled with powerful female ghosts and evil spirits. That's not true. Moving on. Meanwhile, King Yi Song is a reformist monarch who dreams of a strong Joseon nation. Weird and terrible incidents continue to take place within the palace. These are related to the powerful female ghosts who hold a grudge against the royal family. To get rid of the ghosts, Yoon Gap, Yu Ri, and King Yi Sung search for the secret of the female ghosts. First and foremost, there is a female ghost in this at the start, but I think that AI helped write this one. So it's definitely off in some places. There is a guest appearance in why I actually started watching the drama. So Kim Young Kwang comes in as the Imugi, as a guest role, and then he possesses our main lead, Yuk Sung Jae. So this has Yuk Sung Jae in it, like I just mentioned, and Bo Na, who I loved her. I love her so much. The last thing I saw her in was Pyramid Game. I don't think I saw her in Joseon Attorney Immorality, but I definitely remember her from 2521. Definitely been following her. Am a fan. Yeah, also, it took me almost 6 episodes to recognize that the king was Kim Ji-hoon. I think it was finally in the eyes, but I think because he played such a good, wholesome king character in this one, I just didn't recognize him. Because he's been playing some pretty sinister characters recently. And so, yeah, I just did not recognize him for the longest time. He looks good in historical garb. I was pleasantly surprised. This is a historical comedy romance fantasy, obviously a movie. I really did enjoy the fantasy aspect of the K-drama. And then as the romance started to brew between our spiritual shaman and our Imugi possessed human, our human possessed Imugi? I don't know. I don't know how you want to say that, but the Imugi who possessed Yoon Gap. So Yoon Gap possessed by the Imugi. I think that he was very quirky and funny. I think Yoon Sung Jae, what have I seen him in? Oh yeah, so he hasn't been in anything since The Golden Spoon, and I do remember him from Mystic Pop-Up Bar, so I think maybe he went into military service, and that's where that time gap went. So this is the first drama he's come back to. I think he's a little rusty. I think also that Bona is just such a fantastic actress that it's really hard to compete with that. She just was at a different acting level, I think, to him. The story was it was okay, I think it was a cute fantasy drama. I enjoyed the ending. Did I? That's the thing. It's I watched the ending, but I'm blanking on how it actually ended, but I'm pretty sure it was a happy ending. Pretty sure. Either way, it was cute, but was it the best drama? I don't know. I think I am going to give it a 7. That feels like the range that I want to give it. But yeah, it was just, I'm going to do it for the story, the production. I think the visual was good too. Anyway, that was The Haunted Palace. I do also want to give a special shout out because it's actually not on the My Drama list thing, but I did watch it over 5 times, and that's K-Pop Demon Hunters, the movie. Honestly, whoever came up with that whole thing, one, I loved the Korean actors that were the voice actors in that movie. The music was amazing. it was such a fun movie with the worlds colliding, and also being a children's movie, the messaging was like absolutely amazing. And the music, like, oh my gosh, it's invading my world everywhere. I have Evan singing it. He's a big Sunshine Boy fan. He was singing the Soda Pop song just the other day. If you have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters, I don't know what you're doing with your life, I have to say. The premise is in the title, K-pop Demon Hunters. But I would say for an animated movie that is based around the K-pop genre, and I would say K-drama land, because they had some like business proposal scenes that they incorporated with like the music and everything. So if you were like a big business proposal fan, because also the voice actor for one of the main characters is our main boy from Business Proposal. It was just really cool hearing his voice, and then the music, obviously, those were sung by other K-pop singers. I think Twice also was in there. I feel like the three characters were really based off of Twice too. So being a OG Twice fan, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like my worlds colliding. So yeah, I nerded out really hard. I think I've watched that one about 5 or 6 times. So yeah, I would probably put that in like my 9-10 star rating. I can't rate it here. But yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters, guys. Wow. It's taken over the world, as it should. Okay, so the current watches, the dramas I'm currently watching, I'm watching Good Boy, which is a Prime Video K-drama. It's 16 episodes. It's airing May 31st. It's coming in through July 20th. It's a Saturday, Sunday drama, hour 20 minutes, and you feel it. The synopsis for this one is the story of medalists in international competitions who decided to become police officers through the Olympic special recruitment, which, okay, I was wondering about that. They did not really put that into the storyline, that's how they all became cops. I thought it was just like, oh, you're in the Olympics. There's only one job you can do after the Olympics, become a police officer. I don't know. Instead of medals on their necks are now their police IDs as they encounter a lot of immoral and foul people. The K-drama will showcase an Olympic Avengers, a special team that will be dedicated to violent crimes and cases filled with injustices by utilizing their skills as a player. Yes and no. So I like the action of it, action, comedy, romance, sports. The cast, I'm here for the cast, okay? Because it has Park Bo-gum. Oh my God. Park Bo-gum, who was just in When Life Gives You Tangerines. Definitely different character, absolutely different character, but so great to see him in another K-drama so quickly after. It also has Kim So-hyun, On Jung-se, who he plays the villain, and must I say, he is a villain to the core. I am scared of him and also annoyed by him. Lee Sung-yi, man, boy, is like, the love triangle is so strong here, okay? Because there's definitely a love triangle between Kim So-hyun, because Lee Sung-yi's character, spoiler alert, in the past dates her. And then Park Bo-gum's characters just had like the biggest crush on her. She's probably the coolest of the characters. Her Olympic thing was marksmanship or whatever, so she's got, she's good with a gun, which is kind of sexy. She can really hold her own, but these guys are always trying to rescue her. Like, she does get the shit kicked out of her. But if anyone's needing rescuing, it's Park Bo-gum. Like, his character, I'm scared for him. They're really putting the fear that he's going to die by the final episode at this rate. The way he keeps getting punched in the head. It also has Hyo Sung-tae, who they're all playing police officers who end up like joining a task force. You know how the description went. But he's like their manager. I don't like that when shit goes down, they just like turn tail and let him handle it. Like, yes, that's what a manager's for. But the fact that they're like, bye. I'm like, dudes. Oh yeah, and then also Tae-won-suk, which... Tae-won-suk, what are you doing? What are we doing with him? He keeps going in and out. They're giving like him the story that he just has like a big family, and so it's, and he keeps getting like fucked over by the police force and getting a raise and stuff. It's just bullshit. But yeah, this is an action, comedy, romance, sports, K-drama. And it's felt very disjointed, and it's 16 episodes long, which I feel like is actually doing this K-drama a disservice, because I feel like they don't have enough to fill it with. It just feels like they're trying to, oh, okay, or bad guy. Oh, he got away again. He got away again. They're just now going after all of his money, which that's pretty crazy. But Oh Jung-se's character and his villain, really good. There's some also really good support villain cast members that seem to be like on Park Bo-gum's side now. Yeah, like Lee Ho-jung, drug mom. She's actually low-key very funny in this. But yeah, the comedy is there, but there are moments where I'm like, I don't think I should be laughing at this. I don't know if it's really the best drama. I do get moments where I think I'm like blanking out and coming back, and I'm like, what's happening in this show? It's like they go through all these links to catch these bad guys, and then because our villain just is so deep within the organization of the government, of the police force, he's just like, not a big deal, whatever. I'm curious to see how this ends. I am up to episode 10. Hold on, let me look at my... This is what my watch list is for. I've just watched episode 12. Wow, I was really off. But that tells you something. I would drop it, but I feel like I can keep going because the action is really cool there. But yeah, it's just the characters I'm not fully connecting with for some reason. Except for maybe Park Bo-gum. I really like him. I low-key love our female lead. There are scenes that they have put her through that I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I feel like they could flesh her out more, but they're just thinking that they need to focus on Park Bo-gum because he's maybe a little more popular, but I think girl needs a little more attention. Yeah, our movie, I don't even know why I started this one because I feel like I'm going to drop it. This may be my first drop of the year. I don't think I've dropped anything else yet. People are giving it an 8. I can't. I have only made it to episode 4. I think there are more episodes out, but our movie is 12 episodes long. It is airing June 13th through July 19th. It's a Friday, Saturday. It's an hour 10. I'm watching it on Hulu, Disney Plus. It's a melodrama, guys. It's a romance life melodrama. I liked the aspect of that it's around making a movie. I thought that'd be a really fun premise to watch in a K-drama, but I don't know. It's really giving me weird vibes, the whole story. I mean, I'm on episode 4 and I know more episodes have come out and I don't think I can do it. Cause the whole story goes, Lee Jae-ha followed in his father's footsteps, who was considered a master and became a movie director. He received worldwide attention for his debut film and was called a genius, but he became obsessed over a possible sophomore jinx. Over the past 5 years, he's not worked on anything. Deciding to end his 5-year hiatus, he begins to work on his second film. The screenplay tells a romance story involving someone with only a limited lifetime. While researching the movie, Lee Jae-ha meets Lee Da-eum. She is an aspiring actress and suffers from a rare incurable disease. She doesn't know how long she has left to live, but is very social, and everyone in the hospital knows her. Lee Da-eum advises Lee Jae-ha on his movie and becomes interested in the script. This becomes a turning point for her as an aspiring actress as they work on the romance movie together. Lee Jae-ha and Lee Da-eum, who have their own illnesses, form a romantic relationship. So the fact that they say have their own illnesses, does he low-key have an illness that I just have not found out about because I haven't continued the drama? But yeah, this stars Nam Kyung-min and Jun Yun-bin. I think I wanted to start it more for Jun Yun-bin, but again, it's a melodrama, so I was really dragging my feet on it, okay? And I still am. Even in episode 4, she's already going downhill. And they're like trying to hide her illness as her character in the movie is also suffering. So it's like they're rushing the production because she could be dead. And also in the first episode, when he pretty much makes her try and promise that she won't die on him, I was like, oh, fuck. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I could do this one. And Jun Yo-bin's character is so sweet. Like, I feel so bad for her already. And I don't know. Nam Kyung-min's character, he definitely has some trauma that they keep flashing to. but I don't know if it's making him seem less creepy to me or not. I'm just like, I don't like that I feel like he's messing with her. You know, he's hard to read, and I know that that's probably purposeful. He plays a very cool, calm, quiet character. And like you really only know that he's been really traumatized by his father and whatever happened with his mother through some flashbacks. And I'm just like, I'm curious to know, but also, this will probably be one that I really wait to finish. I may just try and binge it, but I really, my instincts are saying to drop it. Let me know if you're watching this one, what you're thinking of it. I think this was recommended to me by someone on the chat, but they're also big melodrama fans, where me, it's not really my thing, though I do end up watching a good amount of them. But yeah, even though episode 4 had a good, sexy, schmexy smooching scene, which I was like, whoa, I think they did that purposefully because they knew that if they didn't give us something now, it's going to be bad. Because, like, girl's going downhill. She's going downhill. And also, it's only 12 episodes. So, what the hell? I do see in the storyline, like, her illness being exposed to, like, everybody in the movie. It's already almost happened. And I do see the, what's the word I'm looking for? I do see the moral issues with that. It's kind of like he's manipulating her, and like, oh, it's like not even method acting. She really is dying, and she's playing a dying character. Like, I see her father is like fully against it. That's kind of the sort of villain in this role, is the father just really forbidding her from wanting to make this movie because she's so sick. And he's also a doctor himself, which I think is like just even more heart-wrenching. You know, it's like he lost his wife to the same illness, I think, or to an illness period. And then, you know, the daughter kind of realizes that genetics is the thing in this one. So, and the father kind of connected the dots too. And it's just sad. I just feel like it's morally questionable for our main lead to be making this movie with her. Even though she is the character, she really does do a good job acting the character as the other actress. But it just, I don't know. Especially when you know immediately she is terminally ill, i.e. she is going to die. So the romance is just dead. You know, it's not going to last. And her whole uppity, positive personality of like, if I'm going to, you know, I'm going to love whatever. Because she's never kissed someone either. That's the whole thing in episode 4. I'm just like, ugh. I am also watching, this one we're watching together on Twitch, Our Unwritten Soul. I think we're up to episode 6, but I may have watched episode 7 and 8. Hold on, let me check my Patreon. Yeah, we have only watched 6 episodes. I think all 12 are out officially. Aired May 24th through June 29th, so it's just finished up. And it was a Saturday, Sunday K-drama, hour, 20 minutes, 15 plus. Romance life. So this stars Park Bo Young, who plays 2 characters, twins, which I absolutely love. Twice the Park Bo Young. And Park Jin Young, who, he's so cute in this. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. And then we have Ryu Kyung-soo, who also plays the secondary lead and other romance for twin Park Bo Young's character. Because we have twins, so we get twice the romance. We also have guest roles of Lee Jae-in, Im Chul-soo, who his character is very different. I mean, he plays somebody with a disability. I think he's doing a really good job, but he's also kind of sinister. He's kind of the villain. And then Jong Young Nam, who she is a supporting role, but she's kind of like Park Jin Young's bestie. So far, I bawled my eyes out hardcore during, I think, the last episode 6 on Twitch. So this is, like I said, a romance life. It's not a melodrama, but I think the life piece is just, it's heartfelt. It is so sad. But the premise is twin sisters, Yumi Ji and Yumi Ray, differ in everything except their faces. Yumi Ji, the younger of the twins, has ended her short heyday as a promising track and field athlete and is currently living a free-spirited life. On the other hand, the older sister of the twins, Yumi Ray, who has been walking the path of the elite since her school days, is a perfectionist working at a public corporation. The twins, physically identical but leading starkly different lives, embark on a bold charade, switching lives for some undisclosed reason. We know the reason. within if you watch the K-drama. Lee Ho-soo is a lawyer at a large law firm with a tall appearance and a seemingly carefree attitude. He may look like a noble swan with no external flaws, but he works harder than others to live an ordinary life. And this is because he has been living a different life than before after experiencing something in the past. That's so vague. As a result, he lives a calm life without showing his true feelings, but one day, an unexpected encounter occurs that sends waves through Ho-soo's heart. It's very much, healing. I love the switch up of the twins, but yes, I think some terrible things happened to our older twin sister that we're just now gonna start unfolding. I'm very sad that I can't watch more episodes, but as I'm recording this, I'm like about to head off to vacation. So I'm having to skip this next weekend for the Twitch stream. So maybe by the time you see this, we'll be closer. But I am thoroughly enjoying this one. I mean, if Park Bo-young is in it, for sure I'm going to be watching it. She is a fantastic actress. I've loved her since Strong Girl Do Bong Soon, which is probably one of my favorite dramas. She can really do no wrong in my eyes. And Park Jin-young, he can have chemistry with a 10-foot pole. I think he was a little lackluster in The Witch, but it was just like a lawyer is a little better to me than a statistical analyst. It's just like, oh fuck, he's dealing with numbers. Oh my gosh. And Ryu Kyung-soo, his character, he just broke my heart in the last episode. I was like, oh my gosh, but he's been really fun to watch. I like how him and the twin, that Park Bo-young is playing, that's like Switch, the older sister that's now living her younger sister's life. I love their chemistry and their partnership, and very sweet. It's just a very sweet drama. My eyes are welling up just thinking about it. Can't wait for more. Really, really loving it. Let me know what you're thinking of the K-drama in the comments. And then I just literally watched the first 2 episodes of Squid Game Season 3. That is the new Patreon-only K-drama that was voted upon by the patrons. And, it's finally over, or it's going to be finally over. Squid Game, I don't think I need to give the synopsis for that, right? We all know what Squid Game is about, I hope. But it's an action thriller mystery horror. It's only 6 episodes, so I was really tempted to binge it before I headed out on my vacation, but 2 episodes was enough, okay? 2 episodes was enough. This one is all up on Netflix, so you can binge watch it if you want. It's 18 plus restricted. I agree. The episode 2 that I just finished has me still devastated. I am so upset with who dies. Okay, people die in this K-drama. I'm very upset by who passes in episode 2. I can't believe it. The mystery is unfolding. I'm very curious to see how this all unfolds, because it's got to be crazy, right? Anyway, am I loving it? It's Squid Game. It's traumatic for sure. It's definitely burned into my memory with trauma, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting K-drama. The mind fuckery that it does to you, that's real. That's real for sure. And lastly, I just got caught up. I'm waiting for episode 10 to drop because the day I'm recording this, what day is it? I'm recording this on a Thursday. So episode 10 will be up shortly, but I am loving and watching and waiting patiently for episodes of The First Night with the Duke. So this is a 12-episode K-drama. It's airing June 11th through July 17th. It's a Wednesday, Thursday K-drama, and it's about an hour, 10 minutes, 15 plus teens, 15 or older. It's a historical comedy romance fantasy, and it stars Seo Han and Ok Taecyeon. Definitely here for Ok Taecyeon. I was like, he's in a drama. Here I am. This one you can watch on Viki as well. This also has Kwon Han Sol and Seo Bum Joon, which they're okay. They're okay. Seo Han, I think the last thing I saw her in was the Jinxed at First. I thought it was Jinxed at First Sight, but I guess it's Jinxed at First. That was such a crazy K-drama. I really liked her in Private Lives. I thought Private Lives she did really good in. So that's why I watched Jinx at first. And I was like, what's happening? Did not watch Song of the Bandits. Sad to say. Maybe I should. But yeah, I really like her in this K-drama. I think her and Ok Taecyeon's chemistry is really good. The premise is really fun too. I love a good, it's another where she's fallen into the story, like a book that she's obsessed with or an anime or something. Here, let me read the synopsis. University student Kay is an ordinary young woman, but one day she finds herself in her favorite romance novel set during historical times. She has now become the minor character Chae Sun-chik. Sorry if I'm saying all these names wrong. She's the daughter of a wealthy noble family, and her dream is to have a peaceful and normal life. Chae Sun-chik, while possessed by Kay, then spends one night with Yi-bon, the lead main character in the novel, which, yeah, that was hilarious. She gets wasted and catches him. It's like, oh. He comes from a royal lineage and is favored by the king. Yi-bon has a cold-blooded personality and is gifted with an attractive appearance and outstanding martial arts skills. Hell yeah. Okay, Taecyeon to a T. He has also experienced a heartbreaking past. Somehow, Yi-bon and Cha Sun-chik happen to meet and talk. Yi-bon is consoled by her about his heartbreaking past. They spend the night together. Soon, Cha Sun-chik tries to connect Yi-bon to Choi Eun-ae, who is the lead female character in the novel. Like, she's trying to put everything back. According to the novel, Yi-bon and Cho Eun-ae are supposed to fall in love, but due to the appearance of Cha Sun-chik, Cho Eun-ae's fate has changed. No matter how hard Cha Sun-chik tries, Yi-bon's love always finds its way back to her. Other people around them include Jung-soo Gum and Do Hyun-sun. Jung-soo Gum is a young officer from a prestigious family. He is Yi-bon's only friend. Do Hyun-sun is an ambitious woman whose life goal is to marry Yi-bon and become a member of the royal family. I feel like this character is just Ok Taecyeon to a T. I don't really think he's trying all that hard in this one. I think, his best role so far for me has been his supporting role or his main role in Vincenzo. I think that's probably like the most he's ever acted. Because like really his character in The First Night with the Duke is a little bit like his character in Heartbeat. Not fully, but I'm still liking it. Like he is very good in historical romances. Like that's definitely his niche. Who knows if he really likes it, but I feel like him and Soo-han have a lot of fun. I think her character is really cute. I don't know how they're going to end this though, because it's a fantasy K-drama, so she's been transported into the story. We've seen shots of her where it's her in the real world. She's just sort of asleep. And like things are changing to the book live, and we're seeing comments about that like in the real world. So I'm like, how is this going to end? Because I think she's going to have to go back to reality, y'all, after just completely changing the fate of this book. Also, we do get a very nice flashback. I'd say way too late in the K-drama, but a nice little flashback to The First Night with the Duke. And like, yes, worth it. In fact, we need more flashbacks, but probably not. We're just making new scenes now. Yeah. I just found it very funny, because she basically, spoiler alert, she takes his virginity. Like, he has not been with anyone when she whisks him off in her drunken state in the first episode. And then he, of course, like, okay, well, now we got to get married. Of course. That's just the way it goes. I found that so funny because it's like, okay, Taecyeon, in reality, how old is he? He's in his 30s. Like, it must have been so hard for him to like say those lines. Anyway, like, boy's not a virgin, okay? That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. Anyway, it's probably one of the favorite ones. Like, I look forward to each new episode that comes out. So definitely one to check out. First Night with the Duke. I mean, it's all my favorite things. It's historical. It's romance. It's got Ok Taecyeon. The female lead, I am a slow fan of. I'm becoming a fan of hers. So yeah. Let me know what you're thinking of The First Night with the Duke if you're watching that. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, that is all the dramas. Oh my gosh. And that was like almost an hour of recording, an hour and some change. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. It's so fun talking to you guys about all the K-dramas. Let me know your list of completed dramas in the comments below as well. I'd love to hear what you guys have completed last month of June. And again, if you'd like to join the Patreon, I'd love to see you there. Thank you all to the patrons for your support. You are the bestest in the world. And I will see you in the next video or on Twitch. Bye.